The headlines: Finance Minister calls for fiscal responsibility. Ndlea destroys illicit drugs in Lagos. European Union releases €2.3 million for cholera response. Naira gains against dollar. Outside Nigeria, Ebola outbreak becomes deadliest in DRC. And in sport, NFF orders Super Falcons technical crew to step down. Good day and welcome to our live news update. I am Obiajulu Ayomide Ungo Martins. Here are the major stories making headlines. Now in more details. Finance Minister Taiwo Oyedele is calling for greater fiscal responsibility and accountability across Nigeria's 3 tiers of government. He says reducing dependence on federal allocation and boosting production, investment, and jobs are critical to sustainable growth. Oyedele spoke on Monday at the 2026 National Council on Finance and Economic Development Retreat in Owerri. He urged states to strengthen internally generated revenue, attract investment, and create jobs. The minister also called for prudent borrowing, warning against accumulating liabilities without credible repayment plans. He says increased government revenue should translate into better infrastructure, stronger human capital, and improved public services. Oyedele says Nigeria must move from an allocation-dependent economy to one driven by production and investment. He urged governments to make better use of available resources. And now the Ndlea has destroyed more than 329,800 kilograms of illicit drugs worth about 301 billion naira in Lagos. The agency says the court-ordered exercise is part of efforts to cripple drug trafficking and organized crime. The Ndlea carried out the destruction Monday at Navy Town, Ojo. The drugs included cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, cannabis, and opioids. Ndlea chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa says taking the drugs off the street will protect communities and deny criminal networks billions of naira in illegal proceeds. Ndlea chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa says taking the drugs off, the agency says the drug came from operations across Lagos and included seized and abandoned consignments covered by concluded court cases. The Ndlea says it will sustain operations against drug trafficking nationwide. He also urged Nigerians to support efforts to curb drug abuse. Now, the European Union has released €2.3 million in emergency funding to help Nigeria and 3 other African countries fight cholera outbreak. Nigeria will receive €1.5 million for medical response, surveillance, and water sanitation measures. The funding will also support Cameroon, Chad, and the Central African Republic. The World Health Organization says Africa recorded more than 61,000 cholera cases in the first 5 months of 2026. In Nigeria, the European Union money will support response teams, medical supplies, and efforts to improve access to safe water and sanitation. The funding will also strengthen disease surveillance and community awareness. The EU says quick intervention is critical to containing cholera. It is also urging stronger efforts to improve water, sanitation, and health services. And now let's move to business. The Nigeria has strengthened against the dollar for a 4th consecutive trading day, gaining 8 naira 7 kobo at the official market Monday. The currency closed at 1,349 naira 53 kobo per dollar. Central Bank of Nigeria data shows the Nigeria appreciated by 0.6% from Friday's rate of 1,357 naira 60 kobo. The latest gain extends the currency's recent appreciation streak at the official foreign exchange market. The Naira's performance remains closely watched by businesses and consumers because exchange rate movements affect import cost prices and overall economic activity. The latest figure shows continued gain for the Naira. Market participants will now watch whether the positive trend continues. And now the Ebola outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo has become the country's deadliest on record, with 2,325 deaths reported. Health officials say the virus is also spreading 5 times faster than previous outbreaks at this stage. The outbreak has recorded 4,945 confirmed cases, surpassing Congo's previous worst Ebola outbreak between 2018 and 2020. Health officials blame delayed detection, armed conflict, and limited access to vaccines and treatments for slowing containment efforts. Surveillance teams are also struggling to identify new infections quickly, allowing the virus to spread through communities. Health authorities and international partners are working to strengthen surveillance and contain further transmissions. The outbreak remains a major public health emergency. Officials say faster detection and stronger response measures are critical to stopping further spread. And now let's move to sports. The Nigeria Football Federation has ordered the Super Falcons technical crew to step down with immediate effect. The decision follows Nigeria's failure to secure automatic qualification for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. The NFF announced the directive Monday but did not give a reason. Head coach Justin Madugu and his assistants are affected by the decision. The Super Falcons missed automatic qualification after a difficult Women's African Cup of Nations campaign and later lost a World Cup playoff to South Africa. The NFF has also inaugurated the fact-finding committee to investigate recent setbacks involving the national teams. The committee has 2 weeks to submit its reports. The NFF is yet to announce a new technical crew for the Super Falcons. The Federation says the fact-finding committee will recommend ways to address the team's setbacks. And that's the latest on the major stories making headlines. Stay with us for more news and updates as they happen. I am Obi Ajulu. Thank you for watching.